welcome back to my channel. In this video today I'm going to show you how to create a super creepy clown look. There's going to be lots of glitter, lots of blood, and of course lots of gore, so I'm really excited for it. Before we get started with the makeup today, I wanted to say a special thank you to Best Fiends for sponsoring this video. I've never done a sponsored video here on my channel, so I'm really excited to work with them. So Best Fiends is a free puzzle adventure game, and to play it all you have to do is simply defeat the slugs. You need to collect and build a team of fiends. Now you can upgrade these along the way, swap them out and collect new characters. So to play the game you simply just need to collect a row of 3 or more of the same coloured objects continuously until it defeats the slug. I find it really fun because they have lots of little challenges in there. Every level is different and they do give you different tasks and objectives, so some levels might get you to crush open boxes and kill a certain amount of slugs, while others will also get you to collect a certain amount of objects of one colour. This month the reason I'm working with Best Fiends is to announce their biggest holiday update ever. It is obviously a Halloween update, which I am super excited about. So if you do choose to play this Halloween event, you will get massive rewards. You will also unlock a new character for yourself as well. I also wanted to mention that you can play the game offline, so you don't need any sort of internet connection if you want to play this while you're traveling or while you're in the car or things like that. Now if you do want to get the game for yourself, I will leave a free link for it in the description box below. That will also give you $5 worth of free gold and diamonds for you to play and pretty much kickstart your gaming adventure. And now that we've pretty much summed everything up, I hope you guys do enjoy the game, because I do, and I wouldn't promote a product that I don't believe in or that I don't play myself. I'm currently on level 34 at the moment and I've been pretty obsessed with it since I got it. So I'm going to get started on the video. I'm going to pop in some contacts and tie up my hair in a ponytail. Okay guys, so it's time to get creepy. I'm starting out with a non-toxic washable glue stick and I'm going to start running that through my eyebrows in the direction that my hair grows. You want to get this as flat to your face as possible. So take a clean spoolie and start to roll the hairs and then press them down flat against your skin with your fingers. I do have a really in-depth brow covering tutorial which I will leave in a little card above and also in the description box below if you're interested. Pretty much just repeat this process several times until it's nice and flat and dry. Next I'm taking some white body paint and applying that around the border of my face. This is going to be a guideline for the rough ripped skin that we're doing on our clown today. Then I'm going to apply one more layer of glue over the top of my brows just to ensure they are super flat to my face. Then I'm going to take some Vaseline and apply this all along my hairline and up into my hair as well, just to make sure it's super protected from all of the adhesives we're using today. To create the ripped clown flesh, the first thing I'm doing is laying down some adhesive. I'm taking Spirit Gum and applying a really thin layer of that just around my temple area and then lightly tapping it with my finger to ensure it gets tacky. Once the item is super sticky, you can roll up a little bit of your Scar Wax, lay it down straight onto the glue and start to blend it into the skin. I find it easiest to work with a spatula first, pressing it down towards the center of the face, and then once you've got all of that laid out, you need to remove any excess. It's going to make it look super realistic and really easy to blend. Then with the warmth of your hands, use some sort of a lotion or a Vaseline and blend that down and melt the product into the skin. Then taking the rough end of my spatula, I'm going to ensure that the other side of that is nice and lifted from the skin by peeling that upwards and giving it a really cut and coarse edge. Once you've got all of that done, you can go ahead and lightly blend it out just that tiniest bit more and then repeat the same steps all around the face. The best tip that I can give you guys is to be patient with Scar Wax, to make sure that you're following the steps correctly and really removing all of that excess to get the most realistic look. We will be powdering it later on because it is quite shiny, as you can see right now. So essentially I've just done this same step all around my face, but only in small portions. If you try to do too much at once, everything just kind of messes up and gets super sticky. Also, as you guys can notice here, it is a lot easier on a flat surface of your face like your forehead to blend everything away. Places like your chin and the sides of your cheeks that are quite movable are definitely going to need that little bit of extra glue just to make sure that they really stick and stay in place throughout the night so you have lots of longevity. You could also apply a layer of latex over the top, but that kind of freaks me out and so much can go wrong. And once you've got everything blended, you don't really want to go messing with it. So it's up to you if you want to make sure it's nice and stable, but I just left it as is. Now I need to powder all of that down, so I'm taking my Nye Super White. You can use a translucent powder if you have one. And I'm going to lightly buff that over the top to give everything a mattified look and to give it a super grippy texture as well. Next I'm taking my Nye Clown White and starting to really warm that up on my palette, and then thickly applying that into the center of my face and blending it away with a brush. Now obviously because Scar Wax is a soft putty, it never sets. You need to be quite careful when you're painting around the edges, even going with a stippling sponge and lightly press that over the top and a small detailing brush as well, just to make sure you get the white paint in all of the little crevices of the wax. I'm going to set this face as I go because grease paints and cream paints are super sticky and you need to make sure they are nice and mattified. I'm not going to be applying this in the areas of my eyes, nose and mouth. Because it is a cream paint, it will mix with the reds that we're applying later, so just leave those areas negative. And as you guys can see, I'm using my hand for a little bit of support and a fine detailing brush to really get into all those crevices around the chin area, just to make sure that that scar wax stays in place how we've laid it down, but also is nice and white to match the rest of our face. Running over all of that one more time with a sponge just to make sure it's all blended well into the skin, and then setting all of that in place with lots of that super white powder just to make sure that nothing is going to budge. I'm then taking my Anastasia black gel liner and starting to pack that on my lids to create the base for a smoky eye. Once I've got that down, I'm going to tightline my top waterline with the Urban Decay Perversion liner, and then buffing that liner down onto my lower lash line as well in a quite grungy manner. I'm then going to take this DownUnder Cosmetics Pigment. I will leave all of the names and products in the description box below. I'm going to start buffing that up into a triangle shape right over the top of a smoky eye. Taking a matte black shadow, I'm going to buff that through my crease and give it more of a rough and smoky look just to make it nice and grungy, but we're going to go glam with this in a minute. We're going to get the glitter out and it's going to be insane. I'm going to take a red cream paint and start to apply that on my nose to give myself a cute, typical little clown nose. Take your favourite pair of large lashes and pop them on just to give your eyes a little bit more definition, and then finish off the blue on the top as well. I'm taking that blue cream paint and starting to apply that all the way up to the very top of my ripped skin and using my fingers to gently blend that into the white cream. I'm then going to take a fine detailing brush and start to apply my lipstick. Now I am going to pop in my fake polymorph teeth just so I can make sure I get the perfect shape. I will be wearing these for the final look, so it's kind of important to have them there when you're shaping and creating the mouth. I made these with Morph plastic, and Ellie Max has an awesome tutorial on their channel which I will leave in the description box below. I then went in and painted on some eyebrows and somehow lost the footage of that, but then I went in with a green cream paint and started to apply two thinner triangles underneath my eyes. I started to darken up my eyes that little bit more, and then I took a white jumbo pencil and really intensified my bottom lash line just to make my eyes look super large. I'm then going to finish off those triangle shapes and making them nice and symmetrical on both sides and filling them in. Alright, so now it's my favourite part of the whole tutorial where I turn myself into Glitters the Clown. I'm taking these pressed glitters that I made myself just out of some cosmetic glitter I got online. I'm going to match up the colours with the cohesive colours on my face. So I'm taking the green and applying that straight underneath my eyes. Then I'm taking the red and packing that on my nose and my lips, and obviously the blue all over the top as well. You will need a glitter glue if you're applying this on top of water-based paint, but because we have cream paints, they're quite tacky and sticky, so that's going to stick down perfectly without any dramas. Time to glam up our bottom lash line. I'm taking these large falsies and applying them straight underneath both of my eyes. Now, if I could go back in time, I would probably redefine this with a little bit of paint, just because they were quite thin, but I still did love the look and the effect that they gave. I'm going to brighten up my under eye area and then fix my inner corners as well, just to really define that lower lash line. I thickened up my brows, which I kind of regret, but I kind of loved at the same time, so I gave my clown a little bit more of an Instagram brow and filled that in. Once you've done all of that, you can pop your teeth back in and check that everything's sitting okay, and then now it's time to move on to the creepy stuff. Once you've got your Glitters the Clown face on, you're going to have to attach that to your regular face. So what I'm going to do here is change into my costume real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the liquid latex and cotton wool trick. So I'm sure you guys have seen me do this multiple times and many other artists before me as well. I'm going to take a ripped up sponge and start to stipple liquid latex all around the areas where I want to have a really textured and burnt skin effect. So I'm going to apply that all around my neck area. Make sure you probably shave your baby hairs as well if you're comfortable doing that, because removing this really hurts if you have any sort of hair around your neck area. Or apply that Vaseline in any areas where you think it's going to pull at any hairs. So I'm going to start applying the ripped up cotton wool and then layering that with more liquid latex to get a nice chunky effect, bringing that all around the bottom of my neck and my ears as well. Once you've got all of that done, you can then apply more layers and let it dry. Then we're going to start picking at it with some tweezers and really pulling to get a stretched out stringy effect. Now originally I had no intentions of applying this latex up around the border of my hair because I thought I was going to wear a wig and not much of it would show anyways. So if you were going to wear this look out, I do recommend applying it all of the way around your hairline. Just really cover yourself in Vaseline first. So I didn't end up doing the top, but I went back in later with cream paints and fixed it all up. Once that's all nice and dried and teared, you can go in with a nice burgundy cream colour and start to blend that down into the skin. And also buff that back up into your hairline to blend it out, whether you're wearing a wig or not. Then I'm going to move on to stippling some of that colour around the edges to get a nice little blood splatter. Taking lots of blood gels and scab bloods, I'm going to sparsely apply this all around the neck area just to give it some nice chunky texture and shine. Once you've got all of that done, you can then move on to a large stipple sponge if you want and make it really dark and charcoaly. So I'm taking a black water paint and really just dabbing that over the top with a sea sponge to give it a really burnt look. To get a super glossy, high shine, freshly ripped off face look, I'm taking a little bit of liquid blood and just stippling that around the actual skin where it is nice and ripped from the face. And then to attach my face, I'm going to take some safety pins. You can use staples or rope or twine, whatever you have to make it really interesting and unique to your look. I'm going to press them down firmly into the wax and they will pretty much sit in place, but you can secure them with an adhesive if you like. At this stage, I still thought I was wearing a wig, obviously, but I will fix up that hairline in a minute. So I was kind of just really digging this look, really loving the teeth and the whole costume too. I'll leave everything in the description box below where the costume and the contacts are from, and even the link to Ellie's Polymorph plastic as well. To fix the hair situation, I'm just going to take a lot of scab blood and start to mimic the design that we've already done on the neck and the ears, and just start to pack that on and blend it and stipple it up into the hairline. My hair was a little bit oily, so for once in my life that was a plus. I just simply bobby pinned it back to give it a really slick look and started to comb it, and then of course add extra blood onto my beautiful ears. Once I've got all of that done, I popped on my gloves and got some black hairspray, started to dirty up the costume and the rest of my face. And there we go, now you are Glitters, the serial killer clown with attachment issues. Facial attachment issues, that is. I popped in my bottom row of teeth and then you're pretty much set. Go grab some balloons and go scare some people. No, but for real guys, I hope you did enjoy my first proper Halloween video of the year. Happy October, happy pretty much Halloween already. Don't forget to check out Best Fiends, it is actually awesome and super fun, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.